Did you know that deep in the Amazon, plants grow so strange they seem otherworldly? Some defend themselves by moving on their own. Others can heal you, or make you hallucinate. There are trees that slowly kill their neighbors, flowers that smell like rotting flesh, and vines said to open portals to the beyond. In this lush jungle, nature doesn't follow common rules. Here, everything has a mysterious and sometimes terrifying purpose. Stay with me, because today I'm going to show you 15 plants from the Amazon, so incredible, so curious, that you won't believe they really exist. Get ready to enter a green world full of secrets, where every leaf, flower, or root can tell an amazing story. Number 1. Giant water lily. Deep in the Amazon, where mist entwines with trees and the water reflects an endless sky, grows a plant that seems like a miracle from another world. Victoria amazonica, also known as the giant water lily. Imagine a calm lake. On its surface, a round, perfectly symmetrical leaf stretches out like a green tray, floating with authority. It's no ordinary leaf. It can reach over 3 meters in diameter and, most astonishingly, support the weight of a child without sinking. How does it do it? Thanks to an internal structure similar to beam architecture, strong yet hollow, that acts as a natural flotation device. But its size isn't the only extraordinary thing. This plant has a floral cycle that feels like a secret ritual. It blooms for only 2 nights. On the first night, its flower opens white, fragrant, as if waiting for an important visitor. That night it is female, ready to receive pollen. It emits a sweet, strong scent, similar to banana, which attracts a specific beetle, its only pollinator. At dawn, the flower closes, trapping the beetle inside, as if inviting it to spend the night in a vegetal palace. The next day, it reopens, but now it has changed color. It's pink, and now it's a male flower. It covers the beetle with pollen and releases it, so it can repeat the feat on another white flower, in another corner of the river. Amazonian peoples consider it sacred. For them, it represents strength, transformation, and protection. Some legends even speak of princesses who transformed into these leaves to watch over the dreams of those who approach the shore. And this is just the beginning. 2. Shy plant, sensitive plant. In the midst of the vast and dense Amazon rainforest, where life seems to sprout from every corner, lives a small, simple plant, but with a power that has baffled the world for centuries. Its name is Mimosa pudica, though many call it the shy plant, the bashful one, or simply the one that hides when touched. And yes, it moves. In a plant world where everything seems static, this plant reacts almost like an animal. When someone touches it, its delicate leaflets fold within seconds, as if shrinking back in fear. This movement has fascinated botanists, travelers, and curious minds since its discovery. Why does it do it? It's a defense mechanism. By closing up, it appears less appetizing to insects or herbivores, and it can also avoid damage from heavy rain or mechanical impacts. But the most amazing part is that this movement isn't magic, it's pure science. Mimosa pudica uses pressure changes in its cells, known as pulvini, which allow its leaves to fold quickly when they sense vibration or physical stimuli. Essentially, it's a plant with reflexes. Its roots spread in moist, sunny areas, and though it may seem fragile, it's resilient and adaptable. In some indigenous cultures, it's even used in infusions to calm anxiety, or as a medicinal plant against certain infections. And there's more. Modern experiments have shown that mimosa learns. If exposed repeatedly to stimuli that pose no threat, over time it stops reacting. It's as if it understands there's no danger. In a world where we assume plants are passive, this little mimosa reminds us that nature's intelligence takes unexpected forms. Would you dare touch it? It will respond. 3. Rubber tree deep in the Amazon, where trees rise like living columns and humidity blankets everything, stands a silent giant that transformed humanity's course without lifting a single root. It's called Hevea brasiliensis, better known as the rubber tree. At first glance, it looks like just another tree among thousands. Its straight trunk, its lush canopy, nothing gives it away. Until an incision is made in its bark. From there begins to flow a white, thick, sticky substance, natural latex. This milky sap is its defense, but also the key ingredient that revolutionized the entire world. The latex flowing from Hevea was discovered by indigenous civilizations long before Europeans arrived. They used it to waterproof fabrics, make elastic balls, and even as a natural glue. But it was in the 19th century that this tree went from being a local resource to becoming the heart of the Industrial Revolution. From rubber came tires, electrical insulators, hoses, footwear, gloves, valves, and more. Without it, modern mobility as we know it, cars, airplanes, heavy machinery, would not have been possible. The Amazon rainforests became the stage for an economic frenzy known as the rubber boom, which brought fortune, but also slavery, suffering, and destruction. And even today, Hevea latex remains essential. Though synthetic rubber exists, natural rubber is irreplaceable in medical and high-precision products. Its flexibility, durability, and ability to biodegrade make it unique. The rubber tree didn't just change history, it revealed how a simple plant sap could be as powerful as steel. A living witness to how the Amazon holds invisible riches that we're still discovering. 4. Chacruna. In the heart of the Amazon, where the sound of drums still echoes during ceremonial nights, and the jungle seems to whisper ancient secrets, grows a sacred, mysterious, and powerful plant. Psychotria viridis, better known as Chacruna. At first glance, it's just a shrub with green, shiny leaves. But those leaves contain one of the most potent compounds nature has kept hidden. DMT, or dimethyltryptamine, a molecule capable of inducing intense visions, mystical experiences, and altered states of consciousness. Most amazingly, this substance already exists in our own bodies, but in minuscule amounts. In Chacruna, however, it's abundant and transformative. By itself, this plant wouldn't have any effect when ingested, as the body breaks it down quickly. But when combined with another Amazonian plant, the vine Banisteriopsis capi, something magical happens. That mixture forms the famous Ayahuasca, a sacred infusion used for centuries by shamans and indigenous healers to connect with the spiritual world, communicate with ancestors, or heal wounds of the soul. During the ritual, participants drink the potion, and after a few minutes, the visions begin. Impossible colors, invisible presences, sensations that transcend logic. Some claim to have traveled outside their bodies. Others say they've spoken with ancient entities. Many cry, laugh, or find answers they've spent years searching for. But Chacruna is not just a psychedelic gateway. It's also a symbol of ancestral wisdom. Its effects have been studied by scientists, artists, and doctors, who now recognize its therapeutic potential in treating trauma, addiction, and depression. Such is this humble plant. A bridge between the jungle and the soul, between the earthly and the divine. A green gift that reminds us that in the Amazon, nothing is as it seems. 5. Cat's claw. In the thick shadows of the Amazon, where plants climb as if trying to touch the sky, there is a vine that doesn't just scale trees, it defends the human body like an invisible warrior. Its name is Oncaria tomentosa, but most people know it as cat's claw, due to the small curved thorns on its stem that resemble tiny feline claws. This climbing plant clings tightly to tree trunks, as if refusing to let go of the life surrounding it. But its true power lies hidden within. A complete natural pharmacy, used by indigenous peoples for centuries to combat diseases, reduce pain, and strengthen the immune system. Cat's claw is famous for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. It has traditionally been used to treat arthritis, ulcers, viral infections, and even allergies. Nowadays, its extract can be found in capsules, teas, and ointments worldwide, though its origin remains deeply Amazonian. Curiously, despite its thorns, it's not an aggressive plant. Its active compounds, such as alkaloids and glycosides, act with precision in the human body, modulating the immune system and reducing inflammation without severe side effects. Scientific studies have even shown its potential to aid in complementary treatments for cancer and autoimmune diseases. Beyond medicine, cat's claw symbolizes natural balance. A plant that gently harms to protect itself but deeply heals when understood. Amidst the jungle, it may seem like a simple climber, but when you know what it hides, you understand why many call it the healing claw. A plant ally with feline strength and a healer's heart. 6. Espalletia grandiflora. Though more common in Andean regions, it has relatives in the jungle. At the edges where the Amazon rainforest meets the highlands, a plant emerges that seems to belong to another world. We're talking about Espalletia grandiflora, a species more commonly found in the Andean regions, but with relatives in Amazonian ecosystems that astonish with their form and function. At first glance, Espalletia looks like a plant out of a sci-fi movie. Its long leaves, covered in white, fluffy hair, give it an almost extraterrestrial appearance, as if it had hairy arms reaching toward the sky, capturing every ray of sunlight and every drop of moisture. This layer of fuzz isn't just a whimsy of nature. It serves a vital purpose. The leaves of Espalletia store water inside, acting as a natural reserve for dry seasons or extreme temperatures. Additionally, this coat of hairs reflects intense sunlight and protects the plant from excessive heat and ultraviolet radiation, two constant enemies in tropical and high mountain ecosystems. But Espalletia isn't just an expert at survival. It's also a significant source of life. Its structure creates microhabitats for small insects and helps regulate humidity in its immediate environment, functioning almost like a small natural water factory. Indigenous cultures value this plant not only for its resilience, but also for its traditional medicinal uses, employing infusions of its leaves to treat digestive issues and fevers. Espalletia grandiflora and its Amazonian relatives are yet another testament to the incredible adaptability and beauty hidden in the jungle. Plants that seem from another planet, but have been protecting life in one of the most diverse ecosystems on Earth for centuries. A hairy and refreshing wonder in the heart of the Amazon. 7. Ant tree. Deep in the Amazon, where competition for light and space is fierce, there is a tree that has learned to form unbreakable alliances to survive. This is Myrmecophyte cecropia, commonly known as the ant tree. This tree doesn't grow alone, nor does it defend itself with thorns or poisons. Instead, it offers perfect refuge for a tiny but relentless army: warrior ants. Inside its hollow branches, these ants establish their colonies, finding a safe home and constant food thanks to special glands produced by the tree, called nectaries. But this relationship isn't one-sided. In exchange for shelter and sweet sustenance, the ants fulfill a vital role for the cecropia. They defend it from attackers. When a leaf is touched or an insect tries to feed, the ants immediately swarm out, attacking and expelling any intruder. Thus, they protect the tree from herbivores that could harm it, and also from competing plants, eliminating seeds and sprouts of other species growing nearby. This cooperative system has fascinated scientists, who see it as a perfect example of mutualistic symbiosis, where both species benefit and survive together in a hostile environment. But there's more. The cecropia is also key to forest regeneration. It grows quickly, preparing the ground for slower-growing, larger plants. In this way, the army of ants doesn't just protect the tree, it also drives life throughout the entire forest. In Amazonian culture, this tree symbolizes unity and cooperation, a reminder that in nature, sometimes strength lies in teamwork, even when your allies weigh less than a grain of sand. Thus, Myrmecophyte cecropia and its warrior ants teach us that in the jungle, survival is a game of alliances. 8. Wild passion fruit. In the lush Amazon rainforest, amidst the tangle of green leaves and the constant murmur of life, grows a plant that seems to come from a parallel universe. This is Passiflora edulis, better known as wild passion fruit, a botanical jewel that amazes from flower to fruit. The passion fruit flower is a true work of natural art. Its petals and sepals are arranged in a complex and fascinating structure, with spiral filaments resembling alien tentacles unfurling in a dance of vibrant colors: whites, purples, violets, and yellows that hypnotize those who behold it. This design isn't just aesthetic. It's an irresistible invitation for specialized pollinators like bees and hummingbirds who can't resist its nectar. But passion fruit doesn't just dazzle with its beauty. Its fruit is a tropical treasure. A small sphere covered with a rough skin in shades ranging from purple to bright yellow, and inside, juicy, aromatic pulp filled with seeds. This fruit isn't just delicious, with a tangy sweet flavor that refreshes and captivates, but it also possesses multiple medicinal benefits. Rich in vitamin C, antioxidants, and fiber, wild passion fruit is traditionally used to calm nerves, improve digestion, and strengthen the immune system. Additionally, consuming it helps regulate blood pressure and reduce stress, making it a highly valued natural remedy among indigenous communities. In summary, Passiflora edulis is much more than a plant. It's a visual spectacle and a health ally, yet another testament to the wonder and wisdom hidden in the Amazon rainforest. Its alien-like flower and healing fruit remind us that nature is, in itself, a living art form and an infinite laboratory. 9. Ayahuasca vine. In the depths of the Amazon, where the jungle guards millennia-old secrets and shadows seem to have a life of their own, grows a vine that has been called with respect and mystery. Banisteriopsis carpi, known as the vine of the soul. This climbing plant is neither common nor ordinary. Its thick, twisted stems, covered with fibrous bark, conceal an ancestral power that has been at the heart of countless shamanic ceremonies for centuries. The vine of the soul is the fundamental base of the famous sacred drink called ayahuasca, a brew prepared by indigenous peoples to open doors to other planes of existence and achieve profound spiritual healing. What's fascinating about Banisteriopsis caiapi is that, on its own, it doesn't produce the visionary effects for which ayahuasca is famous. Its true power emerges when combined with other plants, such as Psychotria viridis, which contains DMT, a psychedelic substance. The vine, thanks to its inhibitory compounds, allows DMT to avoid being destroyed in the digestive system, thus unleashing visions and altered states of consciousness. During the ceremony, participants don't just experience intense images and revelations, but also undergo a process of physical and emotional purification. Shamans guide this journey, interpreting messages from the jungle and helping spiritual travelers confront their fears, heal traumas, and find deep answers. Additionally, Banisteriopsis carpi has medicinal properties of its own. It's attributed with anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and neuroprotective effects, sparking scientific interest in its potential therapeutic applications. Thus, this Amazonian vine is not just a plant, but a bridge between the visible and the invisible, between nature and spirit. The Vine of the Soul invites us to look beyond, to explore the mystery within ourselves, and to understand that in the heart of the jungle, the true journey is inward. 10. Clusia grandiflora. In the Amazon rainforest, where competition for light and space is a constant battle, there exists a plant with a strategy so relentless it seems straight out of a suspense movie. This is Clusia grandiflora, a species known for its ability to strangle other trees and become a true natural strangler. The Clusia doesn't begin its life on the ground like most plants. Instead, its seeds germinate high in the branches of other trees, taking advantage of height and light. From there, its aerial roots descend like living ropes, slowly wrapping around the host tree's trunk. Over time, these roots grow and intertwine, forming a tight network that restricts the flow of water and nutrients to the tree that supports it. This process may seem cruel, but it's a masterful adaptation to survive in an environment where space and sunlight are the most coveted resources. In the end, the Clusia can strangle and displace the original tree, taking its place in the jungle canopy and making the most of the sunlight. But this plant isn't just an implacable warrior. Clusia grandiflora also produces a sticky, transparent resin, traditionally used by Amazonian communities as a natural glue to repair objects, seal boats, or even for medicinal purposes. Moreover, its large and striking flowers attract specialized pollinators, helping maintain the balance of the ecosystem. Clusia grandiflora is a living reminder that in the jungle, survival isn't just for the strongest, but for the cleverest and most adaptable. A plant that uses its own rules to grow and thrive, showing that in nature, the struggle for survival can be as fascinating as it is merciless. 11. Heliconia rostrata, parrot's beak, or Amazon bird of paradise. In the vibrant tapestry of the Amazon rainforest, where every corner bursts with life and color, one plant stands out like a jewel carved by invisible hands. Heliconia rostrata, also known as the parrot's beak or Amazon bird of paradise. Its flowers, resembling inverted claws, are a visual spectacle of intense red and bright yellow tones, forming a unique structure that hangs elegantly from its rigid stems. This design isn't just to dazzle the human eye, it serves a vital function in the ecosystem, attracting specific hummingbirds, the only ones capable of pollinating this plant. Hummingbirds, with their agile flight and perfectly adapted beaks, perch on the heliconia flowers to drink their sweet and abundant nectar. As they do so, pollen sticks to their heads and beaks, transferring from one flower to another and ensuring the reproduction of this unique species. It's a perfect dance, the result of millions of years of co-evolution between plant and bird. But Heliconia rostrata isn't just beauty and collaboration. In some Amazonian communities, its flowers and stems are used in ceremonial and artisanal arrangements, symbolizing the connection between nature and spirit. Additionally, this plant helps maintain the balance of the jungle by providing constant food for hummingbirds, which in turn pollinate other plants and aid biodiversity. Heliconia rostrata is a tangible reminder of nature's incredible creativity. With its fiery claws and silent perfume, it's a beacon illuminating the richness and complexity of the Amazon, where every flower tells a story of survival, collaboration, and splendor. 12. Strangler fig tree. In the dark and dense heart of the Amazon, where competition for light is a daily battle, there exists a tree that has earned a fearsome name, Ficus insipida, also known as the Strangler fig tree. This giant doesn't start its life like most plants, but begins its existence in an unexpected place, high atop another tree. The seeds of Ficus insipida are dispersed by birds that deposit them on the branches of tall, sturdy trees. There, in that elevated refuge, they germinate and grow with an advantage, using the host tree as support to reach the sunlight hidden beneath the jungle canopy. But its growth isn't innocent. Little by little, the Strangler fig extends its aerial roots, cascading downward until they touch the ground, and over time, thicken and entwine around the trunk of the tree that shelters it. These roots form a kind of living prison, tightening more and more, stealing water, nutrients, and space. It's a slow but relentless process. The original tree, deprived of its resources and light, begins to weaken until it eventually dies and falls, leaving Ficus insipida as the new owner of the canopy space. This phenomenon, known as strangulation, is a fascinating example of the harsh law of the jungle, where survival isn't just about growing, but competing with strength and cunning. Beyond its reputation as an executioner, Ficus insipida plays a vital role in the ecosystem. Its fruits are essential food for birds, monkeys, and other animals, and its ability to create clearings in the forest allows for the regeneration of new plants. The Strangler fig tree is, then, a key piece of the Amazon, reminding us that in nature, life and death are intertwined in a constant cycle of renewal and change. 13. Amazonian orchid. In the secret and shadowy corners of the Amazon rainforest grows an orchid that defies all expectations, Orchidantha amazonica. Unlike its fragrant and delicate cousins, this orchid has a surprising, even unsettling aroma. Its scent resembles rotting flesh, a perfume that may seem unpleasant to us, but is a brilliant strategy in the jungle. This intense, fetid smell isn't an accident, but an adaptation designed to attract very special pollinators, carrion beetles. These insects, accustomed to seeking out decaying matter, are irresistibly drawn to the smell of Orchidantha, which mimics a feast of rotting meat. When the beetles arrive, they don't just search for food. As they land on the flowers, they become covered in pollen. Then, when they fly to another flower, they carry with them the invisible message that allows this mysterious orchid to reproduce. This mechanism of deception and collaboration is a fascinating example of the complexity of the Amazon rainforest, where every plant has developed unique strategies to survive and thrive. Orchidantha amazonica, with its smell of rotting flesh, reminds us that beauty in nature isn't always measured in sweet fragrances or bright colors, but also in cunning and ingenuity to ensure life. This dark and mysterious orchid is a small secret of the jungle, a reminder that in the Amazon, the extraordinary hides in the most unexpected details, and nature never ceases to amaze us with its tricks. 14. Monkey nut tree. In the vast and majestic Amazon rainforest stands an impressive tree, Espalletia coriacea, also known as the monkey nut tree. This giant doesn't just stand out for its height and lush canopy, but for the secret hidden in its fruits. Espalletia produces large, robust nuts covered by a hard shell that seems almost impenetrable. This design isn't coincidental. It's a protective mechanism that can only be broken by animals with exceptional jaws, such as toucans and certain powerful primates that inhabit the Amazon. These animals have the strength and skill needed to crack open the nuts and access the nutritious seeds inside. In return, they act as seed dispersers, helping the tree reproduce and spread throughout the forest. This exclusive ecological system creates a very special symbiotic relationship, where only a select few can take advantage of the fruit, ensuring that the seeds are transported and planted in suitable places for their growth. Moreover, these nuts are a vital food source for several Amazonian species, sustaining the food chain and biodiversity. Espalletia coriacea, with its unique strategy, shows us how nature creates complex and specialized connections to maintain balance and life in one of the richest ecosystems on the planet. It's a tree that, though silent, plays a fundamental role in the jungle, reminding us that every detail, every fruit, and every animal has a purpose in this incredible web of life. 15. Amazonian Piper methysticum. Deep in the Amazon, where the jungle guards ancestral secrets, grows a plant that is a distant cousin of the famous Pacific kava, Piper methysticum amazonicum. Though less well known, this Amazonian variant has been used for generations by some indigenous tribes for very special purposes. This plant, which belongs to the pepper family, isn't just used as a spice or common medicine. The leaves and roots are prepared in infusions with unique properties. They relieve physical pain, and in controlled doses, help shamans and healers enter deep trance states. These states facilitate communication with the spiritual world and allow access to knowledge and visions that guide the community. What's curious is that the potency and effects of Piper methysticum amazonicum vary considerably depending on the region and growing conditions, something experts attribute to the genetic diversity and microclimates of the Amazon. For this reason, not all tribes experience the same intensity or effects when using it, making it a still mysterious and fascinating plant. Moreover, beyond its ritual uses, this plant plays an important role as a natural analgesic and muscle relaxant, highlighting its medicinal value in an environment where plants are the primary pharmacy. Thus, the Amazonian relative of kava is a bridge between tradition and nature, a spiritual and physical ally that connects communities with their environment and ancestral identity. In the Amazon, where every plant has its story, Piper methysticum amazonicum reminds us that indigenous wisdom and biodiversity always walk hand in hand, weaving rituals, health, and mystery into every leaf and root.